Hello everybody, welcome to English in 10 with me. I'm Natalie. It's nice to see you all. Today in our lesson, I'm going to talk to you about casual ways that we ask people to do things in English. So casual ways we ask people to go places or we invite somebody to do something together. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications so that you always know when we've published new videos. All right, without further ado, let's get started. I know that you're probably thinking, but English doesn't have like a formal language, and you're correct. Not like in many other languages where you have more formal ways of conjugating verbs, or you have a whole other language you use in more formal situations. But we do have ways of making things sound more formal. And so when we hear them in a casual setting, it sounds a little strange. So today's video is going to be short, but I just want to talk to you about how to ask your friends, people you know, if they want to do things together in a casual way. So, you will have read in a textbook, or perhaps you have been taught in a class, that you can say to somebody, would you like to go to the park? Would you like to go for a walk? This is completely and utterly correct, and it's perfect. But native speakers in a casual setting would never use would you like to. It just sounds very formal. Right? If you were asking somebody you didn't know very well, then it would be perfect. If you were asking someone that was an acquaintance, not a friend, somebody that you knew but not very well, it would be perfect. But among friends, it's too formal. So you can forget about would you like to, and we're going to focus on want. Do you want to? I know that for some people it's want. I know in some cultures and some languages it's aggressive or rude, or can even sound arrogant to use want when you're talking casually to other people. But in English it's absolutely perfect. It's totally okay. So we are going to use want. The first way you would ask someone is just to say, do you want to go for a drink tonight after work? Do you want to go to the cinema at the weekend? Do you want to go for a walk at lunchtime? In English, to ask somebody if they want to do something in a casual way, you just ask them if they want to, and it's absolutely perfect. Another way to suggest something and see if the person wants to do it is to ask them, how do you feel about, for example, maybe I say, what are you doing at the weekend? Do you have any plans? Are you busy? And they say, no, I don't have any plans, not yet. You can say, how do you feel about going to the cinema to watch that new Marvel movie? Oh yeah, I really want to see that. That sounds great. Yeah, let's do that. I totally want to do that. So you say to somebody, how do you feel about going to the cinema to see that new movie? Or how do you feel about going out for dinner then, maybe, if you're not busy? It's very natural, very common. How do you feel about doing whatever it is you would like to do? Okay? So, do you want to go to the cinema? How do you feel about going to the cinema? The last one that I'm going to teach you is also super, super common. We say it all the time. I say it all the time. Is to ask somebody, Do you fancy going out for dinner? Do you fancy going to the cinema at the weekend? Do you fancy going to the safari park? So you say to somebody, do you fancy? And then always the gerund, so the ing form of the verb. Do you fancy going? Okay. Do you fancy going to the cinema? Do you fancy going to the safari park? Do you fancy going on holiday at Easter because we have some days off work? Do you fancy doing something? It's absolutely perfect way to ask somebody if they want to do something with you. Okay? So, when you're in a casual situation, you don't ever have to say, would you like to? You can, it's okay. But it's much more natural to say, do you want to? How do you feel about, or do you fancy? Do you fancy doing something? Do you fancy going somewhere? And that is how we ask people to do things together in English. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this super short video and you learned something. Please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a lovely day. Bye.